Alright, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to set the manual quality selector. Now the manual quality selector is, for example, here's a demo. So if I click on the play button, you'll see that it's not based on the quality of your or the speed of your network. You'll notice that when I hover over the mouse, the 360p is already selected. So it doesn't matter if you have a fast internet connection or a slow internet connection, it's already manually selected for you. Also, you have the choice to pick a higher resolution manually, so you can manually select a higher resolution. So you can see that's a better quality. If I click on 216, for example, if I'm on a on a iPad or whatever, I can have a lower resolution or what have you. That's HD 720. That's much better, and this is really high resolution of 1080p, really high qualities. But it's manual. See, there's no auto button there. And this is quite simple, and I've simply put this text file together for you. And basically what you need to do is take a video and convert it to, basically you have to convert it to all these different resolutions. You have to have a 1080p MP4, a 1080p, a 720p MP4, 360p MP4, and a 216p MP4. The same videos you need with that WebM. So really you need 8 videos. All right, 4 of them are MP4s and 4 of them are WebMs, and you upload them all to your server. And this is very important, they all have to be in the same directory, in the same folder. For example, I've taken the Buck Bunny video, and it was originally a 1080p, and I've converted it to a 1080p, a 720p. This is a 360 and a 216. As well, I've done the same thing with a WebM. So I've converted it to all these different resolutions. Now this is very easy to do with the XMedia code. Here is the Buck Bunny MP4. This is the 1080p. So I can simply come here and I can select, for example, I can select a 720 MP4 and click on Add to Queue, and I can go and do the same thing with 360 and Add to Queue. And for example, I can go down to 740 and Add to Queue. Then I can come and I can do the same thing with WebM, 720, Add to Queue, and it also needs a high resolution, Add to Queue, 640, WebM, Add to Queue, and 240. Where's the 240? There's a 240. All right, and Add to Queue. So I have all these queues. There's 8 of them, and I can simply just highlight all of them and click on Encode, and it's gonna convert them, and you upload them to your server on the same directory. It really is that fast. Okay, so once you've done, once you've uploaded them to your server, I've uploaded them to my server. You have to put them in the same folder. So here's the same folder for all of them. Very important. Now the file that is a default is without the P. You notice that there's a P here, 1080p, 720p, and you can just put it just like this. This one here is your default. That's your default. All right. This is your default. And this is the I have it as a 360. This is my 360 video, and it's the default. The video without the P is your default. Very, very important, and they all must be in the same folder. So if you can remember those two things, that the video file without the P is your default, and they all must reside in the same folder, you've mastered the art of manual selection. All right, so let's see how this works. This is how you enter it. It's uploaded already to your server, and you put the default, this is your default right here, your WebM default, your MP4 default, and your Flash video, that's your default, and this is splash image. All right, so you put your defaults right here. When your defaults are there, it'll automatically detect other video file formats in the same directory. It has to be in the same directory. And when you save that and you want to watch the video, See that? The 360 is selected. So when you come down below, here's the video files that are uploaded. All these video formats are uploaded to the server. They're in the same directory, the 216, the 360, the 720, and the 1080p. You put all your video qualities right there. And your default is the 360. Your default is right here for WebM and MP4. You put your default. So when you go and you look at it, you'll see that the 360 is selected automatically when the user comes and visits your page. All right, and you can put the other options right here. So there's 4 other options. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all these video files are on your server in the same directory. Thank you.